Now, ending it off with the performance, this device does have that Qualcomm Snapdragon 821 chipset, quad-core CPU, an Adreno 530 GPU, and 4GB of RAM on each model. Now, what I can tell you about the performance is, as I mentioned before, the performance on this phone is still extremely good. Really, no matter what you're going to do with it, you're going to be getting a pretty good performing phone for how old this device is. Now, I've had phones like the Galaxy S7 from 2016, and even though those phones aren't extremely, bad or anything by any means, they are pretty glitchy compared to this phone. Whenever I do anything with those devices, I always feel like I'm getting a bloated version of Android with a bunch of things running in the background. On this device, I don't really get that feeling. I feel like this device is still super current, and I still feel like it has a lot more going for it. And whether it's the Pixel XL or the standard Pixel, even when you compare it to the Note of that year, which was the Note 8, I believe, which was the Note 7, but even if you compare it to the Note 8, when I feel the Note 8 and I mess around with it and I mess around with the Pixel XL, I just feel like I'm getting a much more faster phone. Now, it's smooth still, there's not a lot of bloatware, so you're getting a pretty smooth experience, and minor apps are going to be fine. Medium-sized apps are going to be perfectly fine as well. It is kind of a little bit hesitant, I'm kind of hesitant to recommend for those higher intensive games and higher intensive apps like video editing and stuff like that. This phone can handle it, but the 4GB of RAM eventually will come up to you. The Pixels 4 and all those ones that still only had 4 gigs of RAM. So it does kind of suck that this thing is limited there. And that's probably going to be the biggest problem. It's still going to be plenty of fast and everything, but the RAM is going to be one of those things that's not necessarily going to be the best thing going for it. So in terms of the performance, I say thumbs up for sure. I still think it's a solid performing, phone, but I do wish it had a little bit more RAM. I think they would have probably made this thing a little bit of a better sell for me to recommend it to people. So in terms of that, that pretty much covers it up in the performance segment.